Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Entrepreneur TV Middle East. We're here at HODL for the next couple of days interviewing entrepreneurs, founders, crypto maniacs, you name it. And with me is Andreas. He's from Launch Foundry AI. Is that correct?
That's correct.
You got it correct. Great. Tell me a little bit about Launch Foundry. You're the Senior Vice President, right, of Marketing?
That's right. We're based out of the DIFC Innovation Hub. We're a Dubai AI campus business. We got set up about 3 months back.
Great.
And we're already making huge strides, not just only in the world of AI, but also MarTech and FinTech. You might have seen us now at the last couple of events that have been hosted by TresCon here at the Madinat.
I've seen you around, yes.
Yeah, good. We're focusing really hard on developing our primary product, which is Launch Starter. We're bringing entrepreneurs and pre-equity businesses into the fold under the guise of the DIFC and supporting them end to end, all the way from incubation right down to execution. And our core promise is an MVP for any business within 60 days powered by AI.
Amazing.
So we're a very unique proposition in market and really excited to actually just get out and tell everyone about it. And we've already had a lot of traction. And I'm really pleased about that.
Great. Tell me, what sort of key traits do you look for in startups that you bring on board? I suppose you need to be picky as well. You have to, make sure that they have a head on their shoulders.
Yeah, 100%. Look, I think logical, commonsensical people that we like to work with is critical, because you don't want somebody that's too blue
Logical
ocean.
people.
Logical people is key. Human people as well, people that actually have values and proper belief systems, I think is important, because it relates back to what we're about, because at the end of the day, we don't want to work with difficult folk. We want to work with people that have aspirations and ambitions, that are willing to put their life on the ground, on the line to make it happen. But ultimately, more than anything, we're agnostic in the sense that even if something seems administrative or boring or not that or complicated and not very interesting from a storytelling perspective, we'll still find value in those products.
Great.
So we want to hear out everyone and anything.
Great. Tell me a bit about AI. Obviously, it's a big part of your company. How do you guys use AI?
Various different ways. At the core, at the heart of everything that we do, we collaborate with specific technologies and also the developers that we have within our team to speed up and effectively help position our brands and the startups that we bring in to accelerate them, right, through the use of specific technologies or automations or specific algorithms that we employ internally. But ultimately, AI is the lifeblood of everything that we do, because speed to market, we know and we recognize is critical more than anything. However, that said, there is a massive role in the human impact and the human touch, because ultimately, just because AI exists doesn't mean that the work itself is going to be brilliant.
Right.
We need specialists at the end of the day to review that work to make sure that it makes sense. So AI there's a kind of a balancing act that we use. We speed things up, but then we get to a point where we can actually put our input into it and make sure that the
like
product
your partner in crime.
Correct. That's very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But tell me, do you think that we should be placing some sort of regulations onto it, just because it might kill the innovation part? It might kill that core essence of what AI is. Do you think regulations still need to be placed?
Look, I think we're set really well here in the UAE, especially as part of the DIFC. Regulations are being built as the innovations evolve, right? So I remember talking to Rashid Al-Mansouri at the Regulation Labs a few weeks back, and it was absolutely fascinating to see how quickly we are here in terms of being able to adapt to the needs and the requirements of businesses as AI evolves, as different players come into the market, different opportunities come into the market. People don't understand. The UAE is very well set from a regulatory standpoint. And I think the good thing is that it benefits the consumer at the end of the day, because they really, again, the DIFC, the UAE, put the business and the customer front 100%. And center. Do I think regulation will hamper creativity? Not necessarily, because I think at the end of the day, it's still you and me presenting a business at the end of the day, presenting ourselves to the world.
I like the way you look at it, yes.
And I think if you're not a creative, interesting person, no one's going to buy into it anyway.
100%.
Doesn't matter how good a product is.
100%. Now listen, since you do work with entrepreneurs, I have a couple of question cards here. You're going to pick one.
Sure, okay.
Right? And answer
Love
the
it.
question.
Okay, I'm going to go for number 2.
It's like tarot reading.
Okay. Shall I read it or do you want to read it?
How do you make decisions when you don't have all the answers?
Wow, okay. I would say it's a mix of two things, right? It's gut instinct that I've learned over the last 20 years of working in corporate. You kind of can read the room, you kind of can sense that sixth sense of what the right thing to do is. And I'm also a big believer in asking for, how can I put it, support from people around you that you trust, okay? Because I think at the end of the day, if 2 people or 3 people that have that kind of that trust in mind, you can get through anything. And even if you fail, so be it. You start from square one again.
100%. Andreas, absolute pleasure speaking to you today.
And you, thank you so much for
Best
having
of
me.
luck, and
Thank
I
you.
hope to see you in DFC then soon.
Can't
yeah?
wait. Be so good. Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much.